After a very long winter, the Brits want their summer holidays, and many would prefer to travel overseas where they're guaranteed just a bit more sun. Now it's about to become a reality, with the British government to announce a number of air bridges between here and a number of European countries, so people won't have to quarantine. The government's expected to introduce a traffic light system that will classify countries depending on the prevalence of coronavirus. Green means they're safer than the UK, amber is less safe, and red means they'll need to self-isolate when they come back. The final list of nations will come later this week. Europe will have its own list. Australians should be on it. It's very likely they'll be able to travel to European nations without having to quarantine.
We're just delighted that there is demand there. People want to get away, they want to get away with their families. And the government has listened to the concern that we all had about the blanket quarantine policy that came in. So we're expecting a decent number of countries to be announced on Wednesday. We'll have to wait for the detail.
England is heading towards its own Independence Day on July the 4th, when some more coronavirus restrictions are lifted. On Saturday, they'll be able to head to the hairdresser in the morning, to the pub for a pint at lunchtime, and then to a restaurant in the evening. Except if they live in Leicester, where they may have to wait for a further 2 weeks because of a spike in cases there. The Mayor isn't happy.
I'm saying we need to be convinced that there is a case for doing that. First of all, that there is something special about the spread of the virus in Leicester. We've had no evidence to convince us of that, and that if Leicester was to remain restricted for longer than the rest of England, that would actually make a difference to something. And they've made neither the case that there is something that needs to be done, and given any explanation as to why this is the right thing to do.
We are concerned about Leicester. We're concerned about any local outbreak, and I want to stress to people that, we are not out of the woods yet.
The problem is outbreaks like that in Leicester are expected across England in the weeks and months ahead, meaning localised lockdowns will be very common going forward.